Hello everyone, myself Jyoti Devre. I am going to introduce about the subject Electronic Measurements and Instrument of third semester having subject code 22333. Now in this subject Electronic Measurements and Instruments, there are many course outcomes. We are going to study characteristics as well as calibrate the different electronic instruments. We are also going to study about the various types of sensors and transducers working as well as measure the quantities to maintain signal conditioning and data acquisition system. In teaching and examination scheme, the theory paper is having 70 marks and practical having 50 marks. In this subject, there are 6 units. Unit number 1, Fundamental of Electronics Measurement. The weightage of this unit is 8 marks. Unit number 2, Analog and Digital Meters. The weightage of this unit is 14 marks. Unit number 3, Oscilloscope, Function Generator and Spectrum Analyzer. The weightage of this unit is 14 marks. Unit number 4, Sensors and Transducers. The weightage of this unit is 14 marks. Unit number 5, Applications of Sensors and Transducers. The weightage of this unit is 12 marks. Unit number 6, Signal Conditioning and Data Acquisition System. The weightage of this unit is 10 marks. In Unit 1, the topics we are going to cover is Fundamentals of Electronic Measurement. Second, characteristics of measurement, that is statics and dynamic characteristics, as well as errors in measurement, types of error. Third, standards of measurement. Fourth, calibration, what is the need and meaning of calibration. Now we start with the fundamentals of measurement. The electronic measurement system is composed of following elements as shown in the below block diagram. First is transducer, second is signal conditioning unit, and third is display device. Now what is transducer? Transducer is a device which converts physical quantity, for example temperature, pressure, level, distance, into electrical signal. Second is signal conditioning device. This device is to process the transducer output signal such that it is suitable for display unit. It involves amplification, buffering means to store, filtering and scaling. The last is display. It displays the quantity under measurement in terms of numbers such as LED display or LCD display. Now next is the classification of instruments. Classification based on the purpose. So first is absolute instrument and second is secondary instrument. Secondary instrument is divided into 3 parts. First type is indicating instrument, second is recording instrument and third is integrating instrument. Now indicating instruments indicate the magnitude of quantity to be measured. The indication is generally in the form of scale and pointer arrangement. For example, ammeter, voltmeter, wattmeter used in the laboratories. Second is the recording instrument. In recording instruments, some processes require a continuous record of measured quantity. Recording instruments are used for such purpose. The recording instruments gives a continuous record of the variations of the quantity being measured. For example, ammeter, that is current meter. Also the electrocardiogram example. Then next is example of earthquake measuring system. So these are the examples of recording instruments. The third one is integrating instrument. Integrating instrument integrates the quantity under measurements over a period of time. For example, energy meter, in which power is measured over a period of time, which gives measurement of energy. The energy meter is also known as watt meter. Next is absolute instruments. So absolute instruments whose calibration can be determined by means of physical measurements on the instrument. It involves measurement of physical quantities that can be measured practically. Absolute instruments are used except in standard laboratories. In the measurement process, physical effects are produced by the quantity under measurements. The physical effects are measured by some arrangements. So this topic consists of absolute instrument and secondary instrument. Now next topic we come across is characteristics of measurement. The characteristics of measurement are consist of two types. First is static characteristics and second is dynamic characteristics. In static characteristics, the characteristics which are used to measure an unvarying process condition are known as static. They are obtained by one form or another form of a process called calibration. The calibration word we will come across in next slide. Next is dynamic characteristics. Dynamic characteristics are used to measure to a varying process condition. Now in static characteristics we are going to see the related definitions or characteristics which are described here. So first is instrument. Instrument, it is a device used to determine the present value of the quantity under measurement. It determines the present value of the quantity. Now second is measurement. Measurement is nothing but the process of determining the amount, degree or capacity by comparison, that is direct or indirect, with the accepted standards of the system units being used. Third parameter is accuracy. Accuracy is the degree of exactness, or we can say closeness of a measurement compared to the desired value or expected value. Fourth one is resolution. Resolution is the smallest change in a measured variable to which an instrument will respond. Fifth is precision. Precision is a measure of the consistency or repeatability of measurements, that is, successive reading do not differ. Next is expected value. The design value, that is the most probable value that calculations indicate one should expect to measure. Next is error. The deviation of the true value from the desired value is called as error. Next is sensitivity. It is defined as the ratio of the change in output of the instrument to the change of the input. So these all are the definitions related to the static characteristics. So these are also known as the performance characteristics. Next characteristics which we will come across is the dynamic characteristics. As I tell you that these characteristics are used to measure a varying process condition. So first we will see the speed of response. The speed of response is nothing but the rapidity with which the instrument responds to make changes in the measured quantity is called speed of response. Second is fidelity. Fidelity is the degree to which instrument indicates the change in measured variable without dynamic error is called as fidelity. Third one is lag. Lag is nothing but the delay in the response of an instrument to make the change in measured quantity is known as lag. Fourth one is dynamic error. Dynamic error is the difference between the true value of the quantity changing with time and the value indicated by the instrument if no static error is assumed is called as dynamic error. So these four are the definitions or characteristics of the dynamic characteristics of measurement. So in this lecture we have covered fundamentals of electronic measurement, characteristics of measurement, classification of instruments, as well as static and dynamic characteristics. The remaining topics we will cover in next lecture, that is part 2. Thank you.